Hi everyone, I showed you this calendar booklet that I made for the design team challenge for Wild Orchid Crafts for November, and I can't seem to leave well enough alone. I had a little scrap piece of paper left with from the designer paper from K Sarah Sarah from K & Company, and I thought, oh, I'll just use my cute little McGill punch right here, the tiny envelope folder. Yep, I think that's what it's called. Mini library pocket. Sorry. And make a couple of little, just maybe 4, which is what this little piece fit. And then I thought, you know, why don't I share my little quick tips? I have this dirt cheap plastic corner or triangle. It's from a set with a couple other tools, and I swear I use this quite often. So I've punched out this little file folder, or this little library pocket. It has fold lines which are shown in the punch. See that right there? But they're not actually punched as perforated lines, so you just have to fold them yourself. So I'll show you 2, maybe 3 quick tips. Tip number 1, punching this is easiest upside down. So if you place your paper, and then you can even orient which image you want to display in the pocket. So this is the top of the pocket, this is the front, this will be the back. So if you want an image to appear there, just turn it upside down. And I find it easiest to punch it upside down this way, so I'll put on my desk surface, and then with the paper inside, push down. I find it much easier than to do it this way. It always seems like no matter how much I try, something comes off raggedy if I try to do it with my hands this way. It's much easier because you have a complete coverage of the surface, and you get exact amount of pressure because you're doing it from this direction. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is how to fold these. So what I do is using this little square, and you could use a square, you could use a ruler. I find this is easier because I have I have a 45-degree angle here. So what I do is I line up the bottom and the edge. Can you see that? And then I just fold it over. I'm going to do the same thing, just flip it over. So I have the bottom lined up and the edge, and just fold it over. And now this one, I'm just going to line up with the bottom of the previous folds and fold that. There you go. So it's done. I sometimes don't even reach for my bone folder and just use the edge of that to crease them. So now that I've got this creased, I wanted to edge everything in chestnut roan, but if I tried to take this, I know it's a ripped up pad, but I use this for edging. If I tried to take this to this, it's going to smear everywhere. So my second little tip is the little fingertip daubers are great for smaller edges, but if you have itty bitty teeny weeny tiny little edges to do, like this interior cut right here, I use makeup sponges, and these are eyeshadow sponges, and I think I bought these at Ocean State Job Lot, and it was a package of 15 for 75 cents, and they last more than one use. It's not like a cotton swab because it is it's similar texture actually to the daubers. It's just more spongy. So all I'm gonna do is dab it in it, and then just do my little edging this way. So I'm just getting the fine exactly where I want it. It wouldn't have even worked out as well with the dauber because the dauber sponge is too big to fit inside this little cutout, but this is perfect. So that's That's my other tip. And then what I do is I'm going to store this in the little cubby. Where's my chestnut roan? Right here. In the little cubby here. So then I'll know next time I go to use it, I have one already inked up. Actually, I'm going to leave this out to let it set up a little, so I don't want everything to get all messy. I also have, well, maybe you're getting a bunch of tips, my little fingertip protectors. And I do reuse these. And these I got from CVS. I think the whole package was $1.15 or something, or $1.25. And I think there's 30 in there, and they're all different sizes. So you can, essentially, if you don't want to have discolored fingers, I don't really mind having discolored fingers. It's the, when it gets under your nails like this, that I'm not a big fan of, because I love to play with stuff that, you know, with inks, but I just don't want it to look like I've been playing with inks. So there's my quick little tips for today. Sponge daubers, the little makeup sponges instead of Q-tips, because I think Q-tips fray too much and they leave little hairs, so I like the makeup sponges, and punching upside down with this. So at some point I will find the Velcro that my desk ate so I can finish this up and send this off. Oh, and I have been playing around with the fingertip knife. So far so good. The only thing that I have found challenging is keeping my finger out from under the blade, because I have a tendency to try to want to hold it like a pen. So we'll see. If you see tape Band-Aid marks on this finger in future videos, you know what happened. So there you go, a little edged in the tiny little space. If you have any questions for me, or if you want to see anything else shown on video, like if you would like to get tips and little tricks, I'll be more than happy to do them. There's all sorts of solutions that each of us have come up with that work for us, and if you would like to share, please feel free to post a video response. I'll leave the video open to post for everyone who would like to post a tip and trick. That way I don't even have to wait for my approval. You could just go ahead and post it. Otherwise, happy December 1st, and thanks for watching.